Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into a massive fan theory that has the entire P-pop community buzzing. We're going to dig into the evidence, the so-called BINICHELLA tapes, and figure out if a full-blown documentary about BINI's historic Coachella debut is actually on its way. Okay, so let's set the scene. Imagine it's BINI's second weekend at Coachella. The anticipation is sky high, but the real chatter online, the thing that has their fandom, the blooms, going absolutely wild, isn't just about the music. It's about whether all this behind-the-scenes footage we're seeing is for a simple YouTube vlog or for something so much bigger. You know, these rumors didn't just pop up out of thin air. Not at all. They started the second the group's plane touched down in California, with fans spotting some serious, professional-grade evidence that a major production was happening right in front of them. And listen, we're not talking about some shaky iPhone footage here. What people saw was a dedicated, multi-camera crew with heavy-duty cinema gear. The video specs? We're talking a cinematic 24 frames per second, specifically shot for an HDR release. That means those rich colors are meant for a movie screen. And the audio? They're using a 360-degree mix to make you feel like you are right there. This isn't a vlog. This is the skeleton of a feature film. And here's where it gets really interesting. All this high-tech gear lines up perfectly with what the group themselves have been saying. In big interviews with outlets like Dazed and the LA Times, their leader Joanna kept using this word, intentional. You don't accidentally bring a Hollywood-level film crew with you. That is the definition of being intentional. So what would a movie like this even sound like? Well, if you look at the production on their Signals EP, you can probably guess the vibe. The thinking is that the score would build this amazing narrative, starting with these intimate, kind of lo-fi funk tracks for the journey, and then building and building until it explodes with the massive sound of their full 42-minute live set. It's a journey in sound. Okay, so we've got the on-the-ground evidence. Now let's switch gears and follow the digital breadcrumbs, because this is where you see that a documentary doesn't just make sense artistically, it makes perfect business sense. Just look at this number, 100, a perfect score. On April 8, before they even sang a single note at Coachella, the search term BINICHELLA hit the absolute maximum interest level possible on Google Trends worldwide. You couldn't ask for a clearer signal that there is a massive global audience just waiting for this. And when you lay it all out on a timeline like this, you can see this perfect wave of momentum just building and building. Global interest peaks, they land, cameras are rolling, they deliver an iconic performance, and the hype for Weekend 2 is through the roof. Every single step feels like another chapter in a story that was being written in real time. And make no mistake, this wasn't just a fan thing. The heavy hitters of global media were all over this. ABS-CBN confirmed the U.S. film crew was there. And then you have Rolling Stone and Billboard, both of them calling the performance a pivotal milestone. When media giants like that use the exact same powerful phrase, they're not just covering a concert. They are cementing a historic moment. So, this is the really crucial part. We have to understand why this potential film is so much more than just a cool concert movie. This is about capturing a turning point, not just for BINI, but for the entire story of Filipino music on the world stage. I absolutely love this quote from the source material, a love letter written in neon and sand. It just perfectly captures the feeling. This film wouldn't just be about a performance. It's about creating a cultural archive. It's about documenting in slow motion the exact moment that P-pop glass ceiling was shattered for good. And this slide, man, this just lays out the heart of their story so well. It's this incredible, surreal contrast, right? On one hand, you have their underdog journey, fighting for a spot in Star Hunt Academy. And on the other, you have the wild reality of being the #1 search topic on the entire planet. A film would capture that amazing feeling of bringing that unique We Philippines energy all the way to one of the biggest stages in the world. All right, we've looked at the professional cameras, we've looked at the global search data, we've talked about the massive cultural significance of this moment. So, what's the final call on the BINICHELLA tapes? Yeah, that number pretty much says it all. A 9.5 out of 10. That is about as close to a sure thing as you can get. The receipts are just overwhelming. The pro gear, the media coverage, the insane global interest, all signs point to a big, emphatic yes. This thing is happening. Which, of course, leaves us with one last, really fun question to think about. If this cinematic gift to the Blooms is pretty much a done deal, the real debate isn't if it's coming, it's what are they going to call it? What title could possibly do justice to this historic, ceiling-shattering journey?